Evolutionary.org podcast coming your way, episode 487. Doing a special Q&A episode, Stevesmi and the Rickster, Ricky V. Rock. We have a fun one today, huh?
Hey, what's up, Steve? What's up, Gas? How's everybody doing out there? And yeah, we've done some rehash episodes. We've done some originals. Today we're going to do something fun for you guys. We're just going to do a quick fire kind of little short opinion episode, about 13 questions. Pick the evil number 13. And we're just going to go down the line. That's the show today. What's up?
All right, so we've got 13 fun topics. The first one is boxers or briefs. So this is an interesting one, and I'll let you start off on this one, Rick. What's your forte?
It's funny. Yeah, they every presidential candidate is asked this question. It's just a funny question, but I guess when I was a kid, I liked boxers a lot. As a young kid in Colombia, everybody wore briefs. Boxers weren't even a thing. Then I got to the US and I started watching Tupac videos, and I was like, oh, boxers are cool. So I like boxers better. And now I like those like long leg briefs. You know what I mean? They go down like halfway down the leg. They're not like short briefs, but they're like, you know what I'm talking about. Not boxers. I'm not into anymore. They're just too baggy. I don't like them. I like the fabric close to my skin. What do you think, Steve?
When I started studying Buddhism in my mid-20s, and in a lot of Buddhism, they tell you not to wear anything, just to go free, So if I'm going, on a date or something,
Commando.
But if I'm going on a date or something, obviously you don't want the girl knowing that about you, Out the back, she's gonna think you're dirty, man. So in that situation, definitely, boxers, some good looking boxers, really like some good looking boxers would work out good. I think some nice tight ones, but it's an interesting one that you brought up, Rick. It's interesting that you brought that.
So you don't wear any underwear most of the time?
I usually This is I wear like some just like crummy shorts. Just some cotton, very comfortable shorts that don't cause wedgies. And
what about when you're at the gym? Like, do you wear sweatpants at the gym with no underwears?
So this is what I do when I go to the gym. I'll wear these like $10-$12 cheap Walmart shorts that are very comfortable. They have pockets. This way, if I have my little, sound thing or my headphones, it goes. Or if I have to carry my phone, which I don't usually.
You wear shorts with no underwears?
Yeah, at the gym. Just as long as there's no wedgies. Like, it's got to be shorts.
Just letting your Lebanon schlong just hang around, just shorts. No.
Well, what's the big deal? Like, what is the big deal? Like, I don't understand why you would want to, be uncomfortable. It's all about being comfortable. Nothing is more annoying than doing squats at the gym and getting wedgies. Like, I can't stand. I like to be comfortable, so I'll always carry some extra shorts with me, in my trunk. And if I need to change my shorts or whatever, but I just wearing some nice.
So you don't care. You don't care that people at the gym notice your Lebanon schlong is hanging out. But if you go on a
why
date,
would they notice?
Then you'll wear some underwears on a date just so the girl doesn't notice.
No, I wear it on a date in case, like, so she doesn't notice when it's coming off, and she doesn't think, oh, this guy's fucking dirty. You don't want her knowing you're dirty the first few dates, later on, because she's going to go home and tell her friends. She's going to be like, oh, Steve, this guy went out. Steve, he doesn't wear underwear. And her friend's going to be like, ew, he's nasty. He probably doesn't wipe his ass either. And then they start talking trash about you. And then when you after a couple months, you go and meet the girls, and then they're all like snickering, about you. Oh, he's the guy who doesn't wear anything. You know what I'm saying?
And then they're all staring at your crotch because they're trying to see if you're wearing underwears or not.
You have a very dirty mind, bro. Like
I'm just saying. So you wear your gray
you're
sweatpants
very
without
nasty.
any underwears when
You're a
you go
very
to the
nasty,
gym.
nasty man.
So if I saw you at the gym and you're wearing your gray sweatpants, you might not be wearing undies under. That's what you're saying?
No, not sweatpants, bro. Like shorts, just like
Oh,
cheap,
you have gray short
like black
with no
short, like
underwear.
just cheap Walmart $15 shorts, bro. I'm not a fancy person. I don't go around like with jewelry and shit like that. I like to. This is what you don't understand. I like to be free. I like to be. The less is better. I don't wear watches, jewelry. I don't carry around my phone. I like to just be free, bro. I like to, especially when I'm at the gym, just a cheap ass tank top and then just a cheap ass $10-12 shorts with pockets. Gotta have pockets in case I have to carry something with me, so that's all I need, bro. I'm good.
That's that's cool, man. I don't know.
All right, guys, let us know and then in the comments what you think about that. So next one is beach or pool. So I mean, for me, I'll go first on this. This is an easy one for me. I mean, I stay away from pools. Okay, number one, how many people have taken leaks in that pool? Number one. Number two, chlorine. I'm allergic to chlorine. And a lot of people out there are allergic to chlorine. You just don't realize it. So let's say I do swim in a pool, a chlorinated pool or a jacuzzi or something. I end up getting like a sore throat the rest of the day. So that shit makes me allergic. It's not good for your skin to be in chlorine. It absorbs into your skin. It's a chemical. I don't like chemicals. I try to be organic and everything. The beach, as long as it's clean, beaches are clean. I always get the reports where the beach I'm going, make sure that the bacteria levels are where it needs to be. And as long as it's clean, I'm good. Salt water, it's good for the skin. It's good for it's good it's good for your skin, what I'm saying? So salt water, it's good for your sinuses. You can go underwater, get some salt water into your sinuses, clears up your sinuses. So I'm much more interested in a beach, but it's got to be a beach without a lot of people. There's a bunch of kids running around, pissing in the water, shitting in the water, dirty diapers in the water, and shit everywhere. Then no, it's got to be a nice, quiet, clean beach all day. If I ever get a pool, okay, I've had pools before, big pain in the ass. Anyone who's at a pool knows it's a big pain in the ass. But if I ever do in the future have a pool, I'll make it a salt water pool. Then I'll be good swimming in it. But I'm not gonna ever swim in a chlorinated pool. What about you, Rickster? What kind of pool do you have down there in the Amazon?
It's funny. I didn't even include that in here, but out of all, I like rivers. Rivers are fucking cool, but like really good, fast flowing rivers, like the ones, at least the ones you find down here, not those slow flowing, dirty rivers. But nah, man. Between the two of them, I prefer the pool nowadays. I'm a big beach guy. I like nature. I like the outdoors. I like palm trees. The whole setting, right? If you're in a beach, the setting of the beach is incredible. Just the whole thing. Even like Steve said, just getting some salt water on your skin. I mean, that's all kind of cool. But the reality of it is, man, I've been to many beaches from Jones Beach down to Santa Marta, San Andreas, Miami, and some other places. And I got to tell you, man, like the fucking just plastic bags on the beach now, water's dirty. Sometimes just nature. I remember being in Cancun one year and there was just dead grass everywhere, all along the beach. If you went in the water, just you came out, you just had looked like Sasquatch, Chewbacca, just had grass hanging off of you everywhere. Um, you'll always get nit and cut by some kind of seashell. Once in a blue moon, you might get hit by some sea life. Either you step on something or jellyfish gets on you. Um, Eating at the beach is just not great. Water, sand blast up. Sometimes you got to fight seagulls for your food. Um, it's it's kind of great, but and also look, chlorine is one thing, right? Chlorine is not the best to have on your skin. I can agree, but you got Exxon Valdez, and there's all kinds of petroleum, all kinds of shit floating in the ocean on top of fish poop and dead fish meat, and all kinds of you're in a soup of stuff. At least in a beach is, I mean, in a pool, I should say, more controlled environment. Um, yes, you deal with the chlorine, but there's no, you're not going to swim into a plastic bag or have wildlife on you or step on something that could cut your skin open while you're in the water. Um, Very low chance of the water pulling you away and having issues, having to need help. Um, but even that part is not the worst part. I mean, nowadays just the pollution and the dirt and the nastiness of it. Eating at the beach not great. Like I've sat at the bungalow by the pool and had a burger or two, and it's just a nice controlled setting. It's awesome. It's just great. Just lay down, music, everything's awesome. At the beach, wind is blowing shit everywhere. You get sand in your fucking food, no matter how hard you try not to. You get sand up your ass crack. There's just sand everywhere. I mean, I do a little bit of both, right? But 10 out of 10 times, I'd say I do beach 3 times and pool 7 times out of the 10 if I could. And if I had a choice, if I had like a cool ass river, a trustworthy river that wasn't just gonna grow on me in a matter of seconds, probably do a river half of the time. And beach once or twice and pool the rest. But yeah, I mean the beach is all right, but there's just things about it. The sand's not clean. There's the sand is mixed in with little bits of plastic that have grinded down, bottle caps that just got grinded down to little tiny minute pieces. Shit gets in your food, gets in your skin, in your ass crack, inside of your foreskin if you fucking got any. I mean, it's just everywhere. And again, the water's just not that clean. That's why it slowed down so much on my seafood consumption. There's just all kinds of shit floating in that water now. I would probably trust pool water that goes through a filter and has chlorine added more than I would just what might free floating in the Gulf right now. That's all.
Next one we're gonna do, buddy. Machines or free weights. So I'll let you do this one first.
Free weights, body weights. Free weights, body weights. Motion, real exercises, real things. I'm getting more and more into kettlebells now. Kettlebells have become something I'm more into now, and it's just free motion, free weights. When you can combine weights with body weight, all that good stuff.
Yeah, if I'm looking for a gym, it's gotta have free weights. It's gotta have it can't have just like you see these gyms that just have Smith machine. They don't have any free weight where you can do, they don't have a squat rack, they don't have where you can do flat bench. It's just not gonna work for me. Compound lifting for me is my bread and butter. That's where I started, from well, actually I started doing just machines at a little crappy gym. But then once I really got serious about weight training, it was all about free weights. And I really believe in doing, compound lifts. And so, I mean, just having access to a gym with machines and maybe in like a Smith machine, stuff like that, it's just not going to work for me. So definitely for me, free weights all the way. So next one, paper versus plastic. So plastic is really, really horrible, as Rick mentioned. Really, really bad for the oceans, really bad for our environment. And it's out of control, the amount of plastics that we use. It's a convenient thing, but the grocery stores I usually shop at a Whole Foods, and they don't even have plastic anyway. They have paper bags, which I recycle or reuse, and I also use reusable bags. So yeah, plastics, I limit the plastics that I use significantly. And I'm not a fan of plastic because, as Rick said, it's everywhere. It's in our oceans, on our beaches. It's in our it's everywhere. It's really out of control, and plastics really they're very detrimental to our environment, our food supply, animals, all kinds of stuff. So always try to limit the amount of plastics that you're using.
Yeah, paper, always paper, forever. And I bring my own shit. I've been bringing my own shit to the store for a while. Um, just it's just kind of a custom. I remember growing up South America, you would take your own bag to the market. You know, it's just the way it was. Then we get to the US, and we get home with a bunch of plastic. We don't even know what to do with it. We save it like new immigrants, and then we use it around the house as our disposal bags. But then you get more of it every time you go to the store. It was just a different. It felt wrong even for the first few years, like just coming home with all this plastic and throwing it in the trash when we were used to literally you take your fucking bags to the market and you bring back. You'd have your bags, different materials, and you would always bring them. It was mostly done as a way to save pennies in third world country, South America, where a penny's worth something. And then the change, this is 1990, going to the States, and every time you go grocery shopping, you don't take a bag. Bags to take to the grocery store aren't even everywhere. Like it was a thing. Like you go to corner store, they had a selection of grocery store bags you would take, right? Some were ornamental, some were just practical, but you didn't even know you'd have to improvise something. It just wasn't a thing. Looking back on it now is just weird dealing with all that plastic. So yeah, I mean paper, and I've whenever I can, I bring my own shit. That's why I always like going to like places like BJ, Costco's, because they don't give you plastic. You reuse some of the boxes, some of their stuff came in. But yeah, I mean, it's always been hard, kind of mentally, to deal with that amount of waste, and there's so much of it. And I'm glad it's changed recently. More and more people are taking their bags to the supermarket. I know I do. But yeah, I mean, paper or just bring your own bags.
Next one we're gonna do is beef, pork, or chicken. So if I eat too much beef, it really, really doesn't agree with me. So chicken, today I ate chicken. Yesterday I also had chicken. What I like to do with chicken is, I've talked about this recipe before on here. Chicken, it's really versatile. And what I like to do, you get a rice cooker, you put some brown rice in there, you cook the brown rice, and now you got your rice. Then you got broccoli. Just boil the broccoli for 10, 15 minutes until it's soft. Boom, now you have your vegetable. Very, very simple, right? Chicken, rice, broccoli meal. With the chicken, you don't have to drench it in a bunch of crap to make it taste good. I'm going to give you the quick way I do it. So I have a little marinade I put together. It involves lemon, lime, a smoked paprika, salt, and pepper, black pepper. That's it. And you mix those together, and then coconut oil, obviously. Coconut oil is very important to cook with. Very, very good for you. Unrefined cold pressed coconut oil. You mix that up, you marinate it overnight, then you throw the chicken on the grill. I like to use thin slices of chicken breast. Like if I get the chicken breast, I'll thin it out, make it thin, so that on the barbecue I don't risk food poisoning. And I slow cook it on the barbecue, and I flip it as many times as I need to. It's not like when you cook beef on the barbecue, you want to just flip it once. That's the secret to lock in the juices. With chicken, I flip it as many times as I need to. I want that chicken fully cooked. I'm not going to risk getting any type of food poisoning by undercooking my chicken. So I hope that helps you guys. But yeah, chicken definitely for me. And then beef, every now and then. But too much of it doesn't agree with me.
I like them all, man. I like them all. Once I got into organ meat, it changed the game. It changed everything. Beef, definitely, when it comes to organ meat, beef and chicken kind of take the cake. Um, Pork, I still only mess really with the muscle. Um, there is a pork sausage dish, South America. There's a blood sausage dish. I should say a pork blood sausage dish. It's popular all the way from Colombia down to Argentina. They have a version of it as well, all the way from the tip of South America to Patagonia. But besides that, not much do I eat in pork other than just some really nice cuts. Beef and chicken, though, I mean, I eat everything. I love chicken livers. I make my own. I make my own spread out of chicken livers. I mean, I do some crazy stuff with chicken livers, and it tastes great, man. It tastes like chicken butter if you prepare it right. You could literally use it in so many. You can make a chicken liver with rice. It's incredible stuff. It's like there's the poor man foie gras. The poor man's foie gras is what I call chicken livers. Love those. I like the darker meat of the chicken and beef. I have when I eat red meat, I try to have tender cuts because I have titanium implants. I've dental work, so I gotta have kind of stuff that I can choose, not too chewy, and good cuts of muscle beef are expensive. You're very expensive to get some of the better, softer cuts of that red meat. But I found going to organs are softer, tastier. They have a different selection of taste, and they're really soft, really really soft. Like beef heart, incredibly soft. Beef tongue, very tasty, very tasty, very soft. Same thing with cow udder. The tits of the cow. It's like beef flan. It's like a flan. It's kind of, it's very light colored. Doesn't look fibrous like beef. Looks more like a jello. It tastes incredible. So right now I'd say beef more than half of the time because of the selection and organs. Chicken, and then just a little bit of pork. Not much pork. I like pork skin. Get a pork belly, put it in the oven. I mean, just prepare that pork belly right. Salt, baking soda, so the skin pops. Pop, pop, pop. I'll mess with some pork belly. I'll take a pork belly, I'll fill it with things, tie it up, rub the skin, salt, baking soda in the oven, make that skin pop. I mean, run your knife through it. Crackles. That's cool. But I mean, besides pork skin and pork muscle, and that kind of typical Colombian pork sausage, morcilla, blood pork blood sausage, morcilla. Besides that, not much. Pork very little. Chicken a good bit, but beef right now with the organs. I'm getting crazy with the organs. I mean, beef brain, beef kidneys, liver. Always love liver, and yeah, some really good cuts. Beef tongue is incredibly tasty, Steve. If you can get some beef tongue, it's my opinion one of the better cuts of meat out there. And then the heart's also, unless you're told you're eating heart, you won't kind of know. It tastes very much like other cuts of beef. It's just it's very the shape of it. It's not very fibrous. It's very soft. Um, the closest organ to the rest of like muscle to the rest of the cuts is the heart. So muscle. It's just shaped differently. It's not very fibrous. Very soft. The fat on it is not as tasty as some other cuts, but it's still a good cut, man. So beef is cool.
Don't forget bone broth too. Bone broth is really good as well, especially during the winter. You can make soup out of it. So really, really nice. Next one we're talking about is favorite sport. For me, hands down, NFL. There is no comparison. There's no other sport that can compare to it. It's truly the greatest game out there. The athletes and the most talented. You know, they could do everything that any other sport can do. I mean, if you put them on a basketball court, they'll tear up the basketball court. You put them on a soccer field, they'll tear up the soccer field. You put them in UFC, put them in boxing, they'll tear it up. They can do anything. These are the best athletes of all, and they're paid. They're paid like it. These contracts now, these guys are making 40, 50 million a year now, quarterbacks. It's extremely challenging sport. And it's not just the games itself that's exciting about the NFL. It's also the draft is exciting, the free agency period, trades, all these other things that happen. Even training camp is exciting with the NFL. You can't say the same about any other sport out there. And it's just incredible, and it's growing like crazy because of sports gambling now. A lot of people are doing sports gambling. NBA is growing tremendously because of sports gambling. But if you took the sports gambling away from everything, right? NFL would still be the top of it because there's so much things you can follow with NFL. And if you like fantasy, playing fantasy sports, it's NFL is really, really fun to play. I stopped playing fantasy sports a while back just because I'm a competitive person, it's taking up a lot of my time. And there's always the jerk, in your league who takes the fun out of it. So it wasn't fun anymore for me. So I used to commission a league and I stopped doing it, unfortunately. But I like NFL. I like watching it. I like cheering for my teams. I like cheering against the teams that I hate, against the players, and it's really fun. It really is a shame, Rick, that you refuse to kind of Americanize yourself and learn NFL. If you learned it, you would love it.
Well, my favorite sport is MMA, mixed martial arts, and that's pretty American as well.
Well, I mean, how's it American? You're not even supposed to teach martial arts to people who outside of who are Asian. That's why that's why they had a beef going with these martial artists that would immigrate to the United States and start opening up
in ancient times. In ancient times, if your culture, if your people discovered a fighting system, you wouldn't want to share it with your neighbors because they might use it to attack you. But nowadays, it's a non-issue. I mean, you can go anywhere. You can be an American and go to Thailand and learn Muay Thai with champions, and nobody's going to think about it twice. Same thing Japan, same thing everywhere. But yeah, for a long time, and the roots of it, like everything, it changed. It grew out of that. Where hey, we got this fighting system. We've got these this crazy weird thing we figured out that we can use in war. Not allowed to share with anyone outside of the clan. And that's very primal. Very, you could have there's a park. There are kids playing football, kids playing basketball, kids playing soccer, baseball, one of these parks, and then a fight breaks out between a couple of kids. Everybody's going to stop and go watch the fight. And I've always liked just mixed martial arts. I mean, growing up, it's funny. Growing up, I was 13, 14 in the 90s when the first tapes of Hoist Gracie tapping guys out were circulating. And my wrestling coach at the time used to bring him and we would watch them on film. And I never knew or thought it would be as big as it is today. But definitely, I mean, it's probably the only sport I really enjoy and I watch and I follow. The other things like the other sports, because of all the rules and it's all pretend. Everything else is a game. You know, everything else is a game. The only thing that's real is fighting. It's something that really goes on with people, war. It's something legitimate. You know, all these and you know, because we're not trying to kill each other, there are some rules, but all these rules where like a ball has to be moved a certain direction and people can kind of battle, but there are these rules you can't, you know, it's weird. And it's cool. I mean, I understand the appeal of it is a control way of people competing without people getting seriously hurt. And we all agree on some games that have some rules where people can compete, and we know if red is better than blue or whatever, and nobody gets really hurt. That's cool. I get that, but it's a fucking game. Like, I mean, it's fake. Like you just make shit up. When it comes to fighting, like, can you punch me before I can punch you and hard enough to put my lights out, or I put yours? It's very primal, very basic. It's very like what you see in an MMA fight. You can take that shit outside and do something with it to save your life. I'm not quite sure any other sports can claim that, you know, like football or well, baseball, maybe a bat. I don't fucking know, but I mean, it's all everything else is a game. You know what I mean? Mixed martial arts fighting is, you know, it's real. You know, it's real.
So this time I'm going to talk about is favorite music genre. I'll let you start this one off.
I fucking listen to everything. But my top two favorite music genres have to be reggae. I grew up with reggae all through high school, just the school I went to. And remember I didn't speak English until I moved to the States. And then when I moved to the States, my town, there was just a lot of Jamaicans, a lot of minorities. And some of my best first times, like grinding up on a girl in a house party or kissing, things like that, were, you know, to the sounds of some, you know, Cape Laton or Shabba Ranks or Matt Lyon or, you know, or Super Cat, Little Vicious, you know, things like that. So that's kind of like, I don't know. I think it was Chris Rock that said that the music that you're listening to when you start fucking, that's the music it's always going to be your favorite music. So that's cool. And then I have I'd say right close to that is folk music from Los Llanos out here in Colombia that I also like. Obviously hip hop, rap always, because I mean I grew up in NY, and 1995, 96, I was 15 years old and I grew up in NY. I'm obviously going to enjoy hip hop, but like stuff that touches my soul, like, yeah, like grinding up on them Jamaican girls at the house parties, listening to dancing to Shabba Ranks, bedroom bully, and that kind of stuff. That's, you know, that was fucking cool. Patra, oh man, Patra was so beautiful. That Jamaican chick. And then obviously, you know, just Los Llanos folk music, you know, because of when I was a kid, I just grew up with stuff you listen to, riding horses and things like that. You know, riding horses out here. It's kind of cool. It's called Joropo, Los Llanos music. So those are cool things. So yeah, I mean, those are kind of like, that's kind of mainly my, but I like everything. Like I'll listen to country music. I'll listen to I love so many years of listening to Thailand music, training Muay Thai, especially when we would do sparring or when we would go live. We'd always have the music playing. That stuff fires me up. I can't listen to the Muay Thai rounds music, the music that's played during a fight, without the hair in the back of my neck standing up. I like everything, you know, rock, obviously. I love rock, Rage Against the Machine, all that stuff's cool. But yeah, like shit touches my soul, like that old school reggae, like not like Bob Marley, that's too old, but like Cape Laton, you know what I mean? Like Shabba Ranks, Super Cat, like I mentioned, you know, that kind of deal. Yeah, and Joropo, and then old school, like back home music that's only really listened to or liked in a tiny little section of South America. That's about it.
Yeah, so most music, most movies, most shows are shit. I'd say to me, I'm kind of the opposite of you, Rick. I'm very picky. So I would say about 97, 98% of music out there is other crap. And if you understand music with like I do, I can play instruments, I've written music, I've sang for music, I've done chorus, all that shit. Then and I've done acting and all that good stuff. You know that most movies are shit, most music is shit, and it's really hard to come up with good music and good movies. It's that's why you see so many cliches. Music really, all music is pretty much the same shit. It's just different lyrics. I mean, so if you understand how to read music or write music, you would know that. And there's pretty much like a handful of music writers out there. So unfortunately, most music is garbage. I'd rather listen to nothing than listen to shitty music. And I'd rather not watch anything on TV than watch a shitty movie. So if you're ever gonna like recommend a song or a movie to me, it better have some awards behind it. Like a movie better have Oscar nominations and Oscar wins, and that music better have Grammy nominations and Grammy wins. So some of my favorite artists that are that are out there, some of my music genres specifically, I like new age music. I like uplifting music. I like chill out music. I like stuff like that. Some of my favorite artists, Enya. I don't know. Do you know who that is, Rick? She's won like 5, 6. Whenever she comes out with an album, she wins Emmys. I mean, she wins Grammys. So you know who Enya is, right? I guess Rick doesn't know
Don't
who
think I've
Enya
ever
is.
don't think I've ever heard of her, bro. No, no, no.
Yeah, you've heard of her. Look her up. You've heard her music. You've heard
Play
her music.
something. Play something right now.
Yeah, her music is in all your geek movies that you like you like Lord of the Rings, right? Those geek movies, Titanic, all that shit. Her music is in those movies. Like she's world renowned. She's an Irish. She's from Ireland, so you know
Oh,
who it
that's
is.
cool. All right, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Ryan Farish, back in the late '90s, he was the number one downloaded independent artist. You probably never heard of him either, but you've probably heard his music. And I like Enya's sister. She's really good too. Mayor Brannon is her name, and she's been same thing as her sister. She's got tons of Grammy nominations, and her music's been in movies and shows and stuff. So yeah, so I'm into that. It's for some reason I'm drawn to that new age shit. It's really cool music, and I can work out to that music. I can work in that music. I can, relax, do yoga during that music. I can relax before bed with that music. There's all kinds of ways you can meditate to the music. So it's very versatile. You can do a lot of things with it, but it's good. It's good music. It's well written, and it's very uplifting music, very positive music. So, but yeah, I'm like you. On the flip side, I'm like you, Rick. I like all genres when it comes to like some of the hip hop rap shit. Tupac, very talented. He's probably my favorite of all from back in the day. It's really a shame, he passed away. But he, in my opinion, if he had stayed alive, he would have definitely, been one of the top music artists ever. And he was extremely talented. His music was
All right, let me
very,
ask you
very
a
good.
question. Do you like Dr. Dre?
Not so much, no.
But you like Tupac music. Have you ever listened to it in your car and stuff?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Do you
yeah.
like it enough to sing along to it, or do you just kind of listen to it?
No, I don't sing along. No, I'm not into the sing along. But I'm
Okay.
saying it's
Let
good
me ask you a
music.
question.
I'm saying, buddy, I'm
If you
saying
sang
it's good
along to a
music.
Tupac,
I know
if
what
you
good
sang along
music
to
is. He has
if you sang
good
along to a
music.
Tupac song, would you say the N word, or would you omit it?
I don't know. I don't know. I
Do you
don't
feel
know.
you have the ethnic card to say the N word or not? You, Steve.
No, I would never say that word. Sorry.
Okay, I'm just
Yeah,
asking.
I wouldn't make any type of racial slur. So that's what kids do. That's what kids do. So so we're gonna go
Gotcha.
to the next one. Let's hit the next one. Favorite kids cartoon. I'm stumped on this one. I don't watch cartoons. I guess because you have kids, you watch cartoons.
Did you as a kid? Did you watch kids? Did you watch cartoon as a kid or not?
Yeah, but I don't really. I
So growing up,
I'm
what was
trying
your
to
favorite
think.
kids cartoon growing up?
I think the turtles and Ninja Turtles was
Ninja Turtles were cool.
yeah, I like Garfield. The Garfield the cat. That was
Yeah,
pretty
that was
cool.
cool. That was cool.
Yeah, but I didn't like most cartoons out there. I found them, I don't know, it was boring. Like I didn't like any of the Jetsons, the Flintstones. I didn't like any of that shit.
You know,
I thought it was boring.
I think I got pretty lucky. I was in that golden era where you come from school and you watch like DuckTales and Chippendales
Yeah.
Rescue Rangers, and very
Uh,
wholesome, very cool cartoons. I was sitting down watching my kids some of the stuff they have nowadays, like Adventure Time and the Cowardly Dog and some of this other stuff. And man, these kids in these cartoons are mean. These parents are assholes. The teachers are fucking dorks. Like they're all like people you dislike in these cartoons. I remember I watched Chippendales, Rescue Rangers, or Tailspin. You remember Tailspin with Blue? Like these are all wholesome people. Maybe you dislike the villain, you dislike, Don Carnage, but the shit these kids are exposed to now is pretty complex, man. And some of these like Peppa the Pig. Peppa, I mean, she's a fucking cunt. She's kind of she's like envious, and she like displays all of these like bad feelings that at least a couple of little shows I've sat a few minutes for, she's kind of like envious and she's upset. Like you never saw that stuff in the old cartoons. I think that stuff's kind of weird. It's gone. It's closer to what real people are like nowadays, I think, which is kind of sad because you had this idealized view of the world with these old school cartoons when you were a kid, whereas only
well,
one or
dude,
two
it goes
bad
back
people.
to what I was saying. You're running out of ideas. So you either gonna copy other cartoons or gonna, it's a cartoon, The Simpsons. That's one that
And I enjoyed the Simpsons coming up, but yeah,
but
the
it's
Simpsons were a
yeah.
cartoon with a ton of dose of adulthood in it. Yeah.
The Simpsons was good when Homer became a main character, not when Bart. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
it's
they,
one of
they
those things
could
that
couldn't milk Bart. I mean, Bart couldn't do a quarter of the things an adult could do. Yeah, they couldn't milk it. I remember that
yeah.
transition. Yeah.
So the next one we're going to talk about is water, sparkling or still. So sparkling water is not something I recommend. It's very acidic. Um, and I recommend just going with good quality spring water. And there's actually ways to test your waters before. Water is very important. There's a lot of water out there that's marketed. Some of the more popular waters out there marketed that are just crap. I mean, there's just tap water. It's just tap water put in a bottle, sealed shut, and then sold. And it's like a complete scam. So you have to be aware of the water you're getting. Water is very, very important. Good quality water. Distilled water is not a good idea. Distilled water lacks the minerals of spring water because distilled water is basically evaporated then drop back down. So it's basically evaporated water, like condensation, and that's not something you want to be drinking. I know like some people are obsessed with distilled water and stuff, and they drink it and stuff. But I highly recommend not to drink distilled water. You can clean with it, but please don't drink distilled water. Stick to good quality spring water. And then, sparkling water, I don't get the allure of it. There was a guy on the forum, he wanted to do fasting. So he's like, I'm going to drink sparkling water. And I told him, I'm like, dude, you drink sparkling water, you're breaking your fast. And when he would drink the sparkling water, he'd actually stimulate his appetite because when you drink the sparkling water, it's going to kick you out of ketosis. Even though it has 0 calories, it's still going to kick you out of ketosis because your body, the pH balance of consuming something that's sparkling, it's very acidic. so it's going to throw your gut off and it's going to stimulate your appetite. So sparkling water is a really bad idea all around. I don't see any advantage to it. I don't think it's good. I mean, if you want something in your water, just do some lemon in your water, and you'll be able to drink something different. If you want to do that, that's a good idea, right? Or even apple cider vinegar, raw apple cider vinegar in your water. Give it a little flavor if you want to flavor up your water. So Rick, touch on this one really quick.
With food, sparkling water, just regular water. Don't like sugar water. Don't like anything else. Once in a while, I'll put a little bit of lemon on my sparkling water when I want that acidic taste. But I mean, besides having it with food, I mean, I wouldn't use sparkling water to quench my thirst ever, or in the middle of doing sports or running or anything. But the mouthfeel of sparkling water during, while you're eating a meal is great. I think it actually contributes to cleaning your palate for the next bite. So, and that's all I got to say about that.
All right, so next one we're talking about is pajamas or underwear. So I'm not sure why it's spelled pajamas. What is that? Is that like a drink or something?
I misspelled it. Must have been a typo.
Oh, is that like that? Is the Y a ja? Is
you
ja?
don't have to. I wrote it in Spanish. You don't have to throw me under the bus in front of the people because I made a typo.
No, I was just making sure because it's going to show up as pajamas. Okay. So I just want to make sure is that it's like a type of
it's a typo. It's Spanglish. It's a hybrid. It's a typo.
So why don't you answer this one before you get to make fun of me?
Undies. Yeah, I don't have time or energy to keep up with pajamas on top of keeping up with my workout clothing, on top of keeping out my go out clothing, on top of my formal wear. Like it's just too much shit. Just underwears. I don't sleep naked because I just having your ass and your dick on your sheets and just coming in day after day with your ass and your dick on your sheets. I'd rather just sleep with underwear and then put on a different pair of underwear every day than like lay down on the same ass and dick sheets I did 2 days ago. Or I have to change my sheets like every other night, literally, which is a lot of laundry to do. So yeah, that's it. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you some tips on sleeping. If it's cold where you live, you shouldn't sleep naked because being warm at night is going to help you sleep deeper. Being cold, it's going to be really hard to sleep. So even if that means wearing the pajamas and wearing socks just to keep your feet warm and having a blanket, that's like the best case scenario for sure. Like if you see people who do survival shows or something and it's a cold climate, they can't sleep at night. So this is why when you go to casinos, you ever been to a casino, Rick, over there in Vegas? What is a casino environment? Rick has left the building. Rick, what's the casino environment?
What about the casino environment?
It's cold. It's like freezing cold.
Not all the time, bro. Oh yeah, well, of course, if you're inside of the building, yeah, because sometimes
if you're in the building
in Vegas.
No, I'm talking about in the building because what happens is they want to keep people awake in the casino. If they can keep you awake, they can juice, take the juice off your hands. So if I'm going to give you guys a tip on that, if you live in a cold climate or you keep your house cold or something, you want to definitely make sure you keep warm. And that's going to help you sleep deeper. And that's why if you walk into a casino, you need a fucking sweater. It's so fucking cold for that reason, because they want to keep people awake. They want to keep them alert. They want to get people gambling as much as they can. All right. So next one, Bitcoin or gold, which one? So, I'll touch on this really quick. Precious metals, assuming we don't one day like find get to another planet and start mining it like they did in that movie Avatar. You love that movie, Rick. You love those geek movies. Assuming that doesn't happen.
Okay.
No, I definitely don't. You do. If assuming we don't, gold and silver and these precious metals over time, they should, rise, keep rising. It's just a supply and demand thing. But it's very important when you buy these things that you buy them on a pullback. Because if you buy them at the top, you'll find yourself stuck 10, 20, 25%. So it's very important to buy them when they pull back. So you wait for a pullback, then you get in. You don't buy them at the top. That's not smart investing. So if you want to invest in them, invest in in the long term that way. So that, real estate's the same way. You don't buy real estate in a bubble. Like right now in 2022, we're going through a worldwide bubble. Like in Canada, real estate's up 50%. United States, real estate's up 15%, 50% in Canada, 50% US. Worldwide, real estate's at a top. We went through the same thing in 2006. We had a bubble. It burst. Prices came back down. You want to buy when the prices are down, when everybody is freaking out. Oh my God, my home value is going down. You don't buy at the top. So whether it's Bitcoin, gold, real estate, any type of these investments, but gold and real estate should over time appreciate due to, supply and demand, at least for the next, 50, 75 years. Now, after that, I can't guarantee it because fertility rates are dropping like a rock. And, a lot of countries are going to start shrinking in population. So real estate may not, keep going up for the next 500 years, the way fertility rates are going. At least in the Western world. The Western world, people aren't having kids anymore. We talk about that on the podcast. They're having kids in Africa. It's accelerating quick. So if you want to invest in real estate, maybe in Africa would be a good investment. If you want to invest in something for the next 200-300 years, because they're going to keep growing. But like even South America, North America for sure, Europe are going to start shrinking. So real estate may not.
So you're not saying gold or Bitcoin. You're saying real estate instead of gold or Bitcoin.
No, I'm saying if you want to, I'm saying gold or real estate, precious metals on a pullback only.
What about Bitcoin or precious metals?
I mean, I would, go with precious metals because Bitcoin is
okay. So if you had a choice between spending $100,000, investing $100,000 to Bitcoin, or investing $100,000 into a gold chain, some gold fronts, and a 3-finger ring, what would you do?
Right now, neither, because they're both in a bubble. So I mean, you wait for the bubble. So if you wanted to, in a bubble. Yeah, no. If you're going to say Bitcoin, if Bitcoin's 1,000, then it's a buy. But if it's at 50,000,
but if you can buy the gold chain off of a rapper that's on the decline, that has not selling any records, you can get it on the cheap, like cheap.
No, I mean gold prices.
Gold out there, man.
Gold prices are universal. Hey, go rob a
I'm fucking with you, man.
No, I know you are. Yeah. Just go rob a pound shop if you want free gold. You want some gold teeth?
That's funny. Yeah, I wanted to hear your opinion on it, mainly. You're the. I would
love for, we always go through big drops in, real estate. We have booms and busts in real estate. Like we have booms and busts in gold and silver and stuff like that. We have booms and busts in the economy. That you want to buy low. I mean, that's the key. Whatever you're going to buy, whatever you decide you want to buy, whether it's a stock, it's real estate, it's Bitcoin, it's gold, it's silver, whatever. Look at a chart. Look at a 5-year chart, and you tell me, is it in a bubble or not? And if it's in the bubble, you don't want to buy. I don't care how much you like it. You wait for a pullback, because look, at the end of the day, Bitcoin at 1,000. Okay, if you said, Steve, I'm going to sell you Bitcoin for $1,000 each, I'm going to be like, hell yeah, I'll buy as many as you want to sell me for $1,000 each. But if you tell me, Steve, it's going to be $100,000, I'm going to say, no, I don't want to touch it. So it's about pricing, bro. You can't just say, I'm going to buy Bitcoin or I'm going to buy gold. You got to say price. You got to attach a price to it. It's like N2 guard. If I said N2 guard, I'll sell you N2 guard for $150. You're gonna be like, no, that's too expensive. But if I say I'm gonna sell you Into Guard for $50, you can say, hell yeah, I'll buy Into Guard for $50. That's cheap. You gotta like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta compare, you gotta attach a price to it. Just like a hooker, you get this hot ass hooker, you know, you're not gonna, you're not gonna get her for $50. You're gonna have to fucking pay money, right? So good things cost money, bro. Good things cost money.
Yeah, like the strippers you go out with, only the good looking ones you take to Red Lobster. Red Lobster.
Like, and Fazoli's.
Yeah, when you got when you get a stripper, only the good ones do you take to Red Lobster. The other ones need to go like Apple. You only take to Applebee's, something like that, right?
Oh, that's a shot, bro. Yeah. Or Golden Corral. How about that?
There you go. But I mean, if you got like a hot stripper that you really like an exotic one, like an exotic Brazilian stripper, and she wants to go to dinner,
any Garden restaurant, Olive Garden, Red Lobster, because it's authentic, like Olive Garden's authentic Italian. We all know that. Just like Taco Bell is authentic Mexican. All right, so
I'm a fan of Joe's Crab Shack. I'm not much of a Red Lobster guy anymore.
All right, so I like making my own seafood. All right, so the next one we're gonna talk about is shirts or skins. So I'm not really sure what this is. Maybe you can explain to me. Skins means no shirt. I'm confused on this one.
I don't know. It's just one of those like where you play a sport. You're the team sport guy. If you're playing a basketball or pickup game or something.
Yeah. So we used to play. Right? We had to do that for soccer. As we had our team wasn't. We didn't have money. So basically, one team would be shirts, one team would be skins, and always be like the white. Be like really pale skin. They didn't want to be the skins. They'd be too embarrassed. So that reminds me of that from back in the day. You gave me a memory right there.
Yeah.
But I mean, it just depends, bro. Is there bugs? Like if there's bugs flying around and they're gonna fucking bite you.
I like the shirt
so
I can use it to. I like the shirt so I can use it to wipe the sweat off my brow a little bit here and there.
Well, you can do that.
I don't mind being shirtless, but there is an advantage to having the cloth on you a little bit here and there, especially skin protection. If there's bugs around, you're at a park or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're really pale skin too, you got to factor in the sunburn if it's during the day.
This be true.
So, all right. So it just depends. My answer would be it depends on the environment that you're playing in, and then plus two, if you're playing a sport, you get burns. If you fall, if you slip, if you dive or something, right? You can if you're playing soccer and you go to dive. After you score a goal, you do that celebration where you like go on your stomach. You know what I'm talking about? You could get a burn from that. All right. So the last one we're talking about is high tops or low tops. I'm assuming this is shoes, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, shoes, man. Sneakers. What do you wear? Low tops or high tops?
Oh, low tops, of course. High tops, I don't. High tops isn't good for your feet. I mean, low tops is the best thing. You can go jogging in low tops. You can work out in them. You can do whatever you want. I don't understand the whole high top thing. Like, why would anyone wear a high top just for show? Like, what is the advantage of doing that?
So let me ask you a question, Steve. How many pairs of New Balance sneakers do you own?
None.
You don't own any New Balance sneakers?
No, never have. I don't think I ever.
What's your most abundant sneaker brand you have in your closet right now?
I only have Nike, bro.
Yeah. When it comes to footwear, right? I only wear low tops pretty much 100% of the time for sneakers and shoes. But I do have I got about 3 pairs of Timberland shoes, which I use during the winter. There's a pair that I keep near my door for shoveling snow. And those are these like crazy high-tech Timberlands. They're not even, actually, I think those are Columbias. They're not even leather. There's just like this composite thing. Then I have my cool leather Timberlands for the winter to walk around in, to go places. But I've even gone to the gym in Timberlands before. Um, yeah, wore sweatpants, Timberlands, um, to the gym before during the winter when it just snowed and the parking lot wasn't even plowed yet. So yeah, I mean, unless it's boots, low tops, 100% of the time for sure. All right, so that was a good show, wasn't it, Steve?
Yeah, Rick got to make fun of me on a few topics. You guys can post up, make fun of us, and laugh at some of our responses. Just a good, clean, a good-hearted show, guys.
Steve, tell the truth. Tell the truth. You sleep naked, don't you?
I did I answer that way?
You didn't say that, but be honest. It's because I headed you off with my answer.
Yeah.
When I said it was nasty to put dick and ass on your sheets and come in night after night.
I sleep. I don't sleep naked. I sleep with just socks.
Okay, so all right, there you go. Because how are you gonna go command under your clothes day to day, but then you're gonna wear clothing to bed? I knew you go on some nasty ass dick and ass in your sheets every night, and night after night you come in.
Is that what you like?
Your sheets smell like Badusi. You know what Badusi is? Ass, dick, and pussy. You just rubbing your bare,
when I first
naked ass and dick all over your sheets, night after night.
If you want to play,
wait. Every how many nights do you change your sheets? Just wondering.
This is what I was going to tell you. When I first moved out, I got my first house and stuff, and I had my own bed and everything. And I fucking went like a year without changing my sheets, like without washing my. I didn't know you were supposed to. No one told me this information, bro. Now I do it like every 2 or 3 weeks. Not every 2 or 3. I used to do it once. So I did it once a week. I went through a phase where I was doing it once a week, but now I do it like every 2 to 3 weeks, and I vacuum thoroughly and everything. So.
Even though you sleep a bare ass, bare dick on all over your sheets every night.
Dude, I used to sleep
when you wrap the sheets around you like a burrito. You
straddle it gets worse. I used to sleep with a dog.
All up in the taint.
I used to sleep with a dog and a cat, and sleep naked. And I didn't do my sheets for like a year.
Oh geez. Oh geez. Did you have girls over to have sex on those sheets too?
I had guys over.
Like so you had nut juice all over that bed.
You like that?
With the
Is that what you like?
With the fucking, that's funny as hell.
You like that? Huh? I had other dogs too from other people's dogs. That was
see that you could talk, you could say anything.
Like when the dog like takes a shit and it like dribbles and it like gets,
listen,
gets on their fur,
and then they it's not that bad because the dogs lick their ass to clean it. Listen, anything you say about other dudes is all right, whatever, but don't even joke about dogs. We'll get canceled. We'll get like you have like a SWAT team come in to take your cat into animal protective service.
Well, dude, some dogs don't clean themselves. Like Cocker Spaniels, for example, they're fucking dirty. They're dirty dogs. They don't clean themselves. But I've usually always had clean dogs, so it hasn't been an issue.
So because they were clean, that's why you lick them in the mouth, right? Because you let them lick your lips because they were clean.
Well, I said dogs like they were drinking out of the toilet.
Did you kiss your dogs in the mouth?
They were drinking out of the fountain of youth.
Did you ever kiss your dogs in the mouth?
Of course. Of course, bro. Huh? See, I don't understand you. You don't like dogs and cats. Yeah, everyone in my neighborhood from South America has dogs and cats, and they just let them run loose in the neighborhood. But you don't like dogs or cats. That's what I don't get.
I love dogs or cats. I just don't want to be bothered.
You just don't like you don't like to pick up after them.
I don't want to deal with it, dude. I don't want to deal with it.
You don't want the domestic responsibilities.
Don't want it at all. My day's plenty of busy from the time I wake up until the time I go to bed. My fucking schedule is full every day. I need a pet. My kid has a cat. You know what I mean? So he's around, he's here, but whatever.
All right, guys. So let us know in the comments. I hope you guys had a laugh. Rick got to make fun of me on this podcast. I'll get him back. I get no worries. I'll get him back in future episodes. No
it's
worries.
so funny how you
No
change
worries.
your answer about
no
sleeping
worries. I'll
with
get him
this
back.
sheet.
I'll spam him good on the next few episodes. He got me good on this one. I will get it back. Episode 487. Send us in the questions for the Q&As. We'll talk to you guys next week with a fresh Q&A. Talk to you then.
Have a good one, Steve. Have a good one, guys.